You're finally awake.
Where is this?
Why am I here?
Because the planet isn't done with you.
You can't kill the life stream, Silgray.
They began to walk. The path was not a grand road of marble or stone, but a simple, worn dirt trail that wound through fields of wildflowers, the kind that bloomed in the cracks of forgotten places. Silgray Gate was hesitant at first. He kept his shoulders hunched, his eyes fixed on the back of Kwama heels, as if expecting the ground to shatter beneath him. But the earth held. The silence here, Silgray murmured, his voice barely audible over the rustle of long grass. It is the loudest thing I have ever heard. It's the sound of the planet breathing, Kwama said, not turning back. You spent so long trying to silence it, you forgot what its voice sounds like when it isn't screaming in pain. Marlene walked beside him, her small frame dwarfed by his tall, somber presence. She didn't offer him platitudes or comfort, but she did reach up and point toward a distant valley where the faint, hazy outline of a small village sat nestled against the hills. My father is down there, Darlene said, her voice steady. And Nimbus, and Taya. They're working on the irrigation systems. The soil has been stubborn lately. Silgray stopped dead in his tracks, his breath hitching. You would bring me to them? After everything? They would sooner bury a blade in my chest than offer me a glass of water. Then you let them, Kwama said, finally turning to face him. She stood bathed in the golden morning light, looking less like a specter and more like the very promise of dawn. That is the price of admission, Silgray. You don't get to ask for forgiveness before you offer your hands to the work. If you truly wish to be more than a weapon, you must be willing to be a servant. Silgray looked toward the valley. He felt the phantom weight of the long sword on his back, a ghost of his former self. He forced his hand to unclench, dropping the tension that had defined his existence for decades. I do not know if I can do this, he admitted, the honesty of the words raw and terrifying. We don't need you to be perfect, Darlene said, giving his cloak a light, firm tug forward. We just need you to be present. Silgray looked at the small yellow flower still clutched in his fingers, a fragile thing of petals and stem. It was so easily crushed, and yet it had survived the life stream. He took a breath, the first truly deep breath of his life, and took the first step down the hill. The walk was long and the sun was climbing higher, but for the first time in an eternity, Silgray was not running toward an end. He was simply walking toward a beginning.
I hope you really enjoyed. Me and my team took time to write this. Please support my channels. Let me know what you think of our fan story. Please give me a comment and subscribe. See you next time.